year. Please welcome with a round of applause, Jewel Booker.
Hello, my dears. I'm so happy to see you. I am really happy for today for this masterclass because it's a topic that really speaks to my heart, especially with our students in Global Academy of Coaching. So, as Eva said before, I would love to see where you're watching from which country, because I know that we have many people from all over the world that are watching in Zoom and in live streaming and in YouTube. So let me know in the chat where you're watching from. And I just want to tell you that I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you because you're here. I want to congratulate you because you want to do something more of yourself, okay? And I don't want to sound like I'm really, doing complimenting you, but you belong to the 5% of people all over the world who really want to make a difference because you're here. Just because you invest your time into learning more, it means that you want to do something better in your life. So I really want to congratulate you. And I would love to see if you can show me your hand. To show me your hand, let's do an exercise. And let's really make this congratulate. Go give a pat in the back for yourself. Yeah, that's it. How cool is that? That you can do it for yourself. Now, as Eva said, let's take our notebook, let's take our beautiful pen, and I will encourage you many times to write down notes because research has shown that over 80% of the times that we write down something that we want to remember, we have much more possibility to be able to actually remember it. So yeah, we have people from South Africa. Welcome from Athens. So today I'm so happy to see you from Armenia, from great, from all over the world, from Athens, from really, this is incredible. I'm so happy to see you here. And let me know, what would you like to get with you at the end of the masterclass. So this is what we do in coaching. In coaching, we always start with the intention that we have. Okay, what is your intention? What would you like to get with you at the end of the masterclass? Please write in the chat. Oh, Soteria, this is saying excellent. Excellent. I love it. Courage. Yes, you will get that. And Caitlin is here from Ecstatic Sales. She has joined. So yeah, I think that Caitlin, I think we agree they're definitely going to get courage. Panayota says results. Beautiful. Tigran says to become a coach. Excellent, Tigran. We have an incredible certification, Global Academy of Coaching. So you definitely want to check it out and apply for an interview to see if this is a right fit for you. Great. What else? What do you want to get with you? Let me know in the chat. Just write what is your intention from this masterclass? What would you like to get from the chat? Because it's so important to begin with an intention and be very clear on what you want in everything that you do in life. And this is what Oprah does. Oprah, before joining any meeting, any call, nothing, she sets an intention. So I invite you to do the same practice as well. So let me just guess, you're in the right place. If you have a great life, tap yes if you really have a great life. If you currently have a great life, just give me a yes. Excellent. Great. Yes. But let me know if you also want to be more. Okay, you have a great life, but you want to be more. Give me a yes or a no. Yes, sure. Definitely. Excellent. Excellent. Now, my beautiful friends, whenever we don't achieve something, we are usually held back by three things: our thoughts, our circumstances, and others. So tap in the chat if you feel that you are being held back. Okay, are you feeling held back by your thoughts, circumstances, or others? Excellent. So yes, why? Great. So this is a masterclass that we're going to support you to unlock this, okay? To really take yourself in the next level. Now, you want to help others. You are in the right place. If you want to help others, you feel in a harmony, you enjoy life, and create a career where you support people take their lives to the next level, no matter what that career is. Yes, we're a coaching certification in Global Academy of Coaching. Kate Leans runs the Ecstatic business. But at the end of the end, the only important thing is that you believe that you bring value to other people, that you have this inner contentment that you make a change. And let me know if you really want this. Let me know if this is what you want. Okay, no matter what you do, you can be selling anything, or manufacturing anything. It doesn't matter, but that you really want to support people to really have a meaningful life. Yes, beautiful. So this is me. I'm going to take you in a very short journey. I started my coaching business back in 2006. And one of my key mentors is Jack Canfield, the #1 coach in USA. This workshop, I didn't have the money to go from Greece to Arizona, and I asked for to give me like something like a sponsorship, and they actually supported me to do that. So ever since, there has been developed a beautiful relationship with Jack, who has been always next to me next to my books, forwarding my books, or supporting me, and he's also my teacher. And it's just a blessing to be able to learn from one of the best people in the world. And some other teachers that I have is Brennan Bouchard, is Steve Forbes. I also write for the Forbes Coaches Council. I have spoken in 2 TEDx events, one in India and one in Europe. And with Tony Robbins, I've done many workshops. So it's been a blessing to be able to write for #1 best-selling books, be in the TV, do countless of workshops, online master classes, communicating with people and really helping them take their lives to the next level. And this is here I got my effectiveness award from a Creative Woman platform, May. Here I speak in New York. I've done some workshops in the House of Commons, and it's been incredible. But what is the most important is Joy. Joy is the joy in my life. Joy is my daughter. So you see her here, and I'm sure you can understand why she's the joy of my life. But this is me. It was 2007 when this happened. And I had a very good career. I was making a lot of money. I was working as the sales and training manager of the biggest tour operator in Greece. And I was going to train in all the coolest destinations, touristic destinations in Greece, like Mykonos, Santorini, Crete, everywhere, Rhodes, all the greatest places. I was training the reps there, and at the same time training the management team. And it was really incredible because I was working Monday and Tuesday. I was in a destination, and working and waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to take the plane and go at the destination. Then someone would pick me up. I would go do the trainings, and then I would finish around 7 o'clock in the evening, go in the best restaurant for a dinner, then go back at the hotel, sleep, and the next morning, wake up, do the training, take the plane, come back home. And then on Wednesday, I had to visit headquarters to debrief and touch base with the management. And then in the evening, I had my MBA. My MBA was really demanding, with a lot of studies for 2 years. And then Friday and Saturday, I would repeat what I did Monday and Tuesday. And then on the weekends, I had to read and study for my MBA. So I was in a relationship, and everybody was they were like, "Oh my God, you've got such a life. You go in all the coolest places. This is incredible, blah, blah, blah." But one night, I was in Santorini, and the destination manager said to me, "Jill, I'm going to take you to one of the best hotels that just opened. And it's on the cliff, and you're going to have an incredible surprise in your room." So the moment I opened up the door to get into the room, there was a pool, a jacuzzi, not a pool, in the room that was just right off the cliff, and there was the volcano of Santorini, and the view was breathtaking. So I'll never forget the moment that I started walking towards the water and I started crying. And I couldn't stop crying for a long time. And it was that moment when I realized that something was really wrong with the life that I had. And please write in the chat if you have ever felt there was just a moment that you realized that something was really wrong. Right, type a yes in the chat. And I was helpless. I was literally helpless. Why? Because I was feeling so ungrateful. And everybody would say to me, "Oh, you have such a beautiful life," but I would feel so void, so empty, that I wasn't, achieving something that was meaningful. Yeah, yes, I do that every day. Yes, yes. So that moment I asked from God for guidance. I just let go completely. And I said, "Please help me. Please help me." After a few days, I saw at the airport, I think, The Success Principles. I still don't remember where I bought that book, The Success Principles, and little of Jack Canfield is a New York Times bestseller. Little did I know that in the anniversary of The Success Principles, Jack would ask my story to be included in the book 10 years later, in the same book that really awakened me. And I read in there that Jack suggests that we do life coaching. And I was like, what is life coaching? Now, bear in mind, it was 2007. No one knew about life coaching. I mean, there was no industry, but I didn't care. And I called and I said, "Guys, I want to do coaching with Jack." And they said, "It's a couple of millions." I'm like, "Okay, what are my options?" So I started doing coaching with one of Jack's students. And in the first session, she asked me, "So what do you want?" But I didn't know what I wanted. But then suddenly the words start coming out from my mouth. And every time I would ask, I would go like, "Where did this come from?" So I said, "I want to have my own company." "Oh," she says, "this is so inspiring. Where, how can you have your own company?" I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "What do you need?" "I need 30,000 euros to start my own company." I had no clue where this amount of money came from. She's like, "Oh, cool. Where can you find 30,000?" I'm like, "I can't find 30,000 euros. I have no clue where I can find 30,000 euros. I'll never ask for money from my parents. They don't have, they can't give me. I'll never take a loan. I don't take loans. So I don't know. I can't find this amount of money from my company. So I don't know where I can find." She's like, "Okay, let's see what the universe will bring to us." So pissed off. I was so annoyed. I was like, what? What universe? I came to get some answers here. What is this woman talking about? Now, mind again, it's 2007. No one has talked about the energy and all that stuff. The secret had just come out. Okay, so it was like, what is this woman? What is she talking about? A few days later, I go to the certification, no, at my MBA school, and there is the teacher of entrepreneurship, and she's like, "Jill, there is an entrepreneurship award. I know that you are dealing every day with entrepreneurs, with your job, so we needed to find an entrepreneur who has been making over 100,000, has over 5 people of staff, and is under 35 years old." Now, bear in mind that this is Greece. There is a big recession, and I'm like, good luck with that. There's no way you can find someone like this. She's like, "Okay, just keep it in mind. But I only have few days, and it's very important that the first award is giving out so that the word, starts being out there, so that people start learning about the award. We really need to find someone." A few days later, a friend of mine calls me and she's like, "Jill, you've got to meet a friend of mine. He's an entrepreneur. He has completely lost it. He has so much things to do. He has no priorities. And I think that you can go through him." I'm like, "Sweetie, I don't have time, to take a proper bath. I can't go and see your friend." And even if I could, I couldn't work, or support him because my job is very, very, very demanding. She's like, oh, please, please do it for me. And something inside of me would say like, go, go. Have you ever heard this voice inside of you? It's a very subtle voice, okay, very subtle, but it really directs you towards something that you believe it's not necessary for you to do. Tap a yes in the chat if you have ever experienced that. So yes, great. So I go to this guy. I open the door and I see a guy that is really in a big mess. Okay, he's so tired, he's exhausted, black eyes. He's just like, and very, very young. So the first thing that I said to him, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Not very kind of me. He's like, you know what? I'm exhausted. We have 10 stores. It's been just crazy. And I need someone to take upon human resources and training because things are not going well. We have the franchisees, they're very, very annoyed. And I'm having, I'm gonna have 10 more franchises coming in. So I really need a big support on that. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, how many people do you employ? He's like, about 50 or 100. I don't remember the number. I'm like, oh my God, that's over 5. And how much money are you guys making? He's like, why? Are you from the IRS? No, like, I'm like, what? How much money? He's like, about 500,000. I'm like, oh my God. And how old are you? And now he's looking at me as if I'm like, are you flirting with me? He's really puzzled. I'm like, tell me, how old are you? He's like, I'm 33. I'm like, oh my God, it's you. You are the entrepreneur. There are 50,000 euros in this award, and you can have them because there's no one there that has all these prerequisites, and it's you. So the only thing you have to do is to do the application form, and you're going to get 50,000 euros. But not only that, you're going to get all the great publicity from the award. He looks at me and he's like, I'm exhausted. I have to leave now. It was 8 o'clock at night. I have to leave now. I have to drive over 3 hours to go to the next location where we're having our next store, which is not ready. I have to help them so that we open up tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I really don't care about any award. I'm like, are you crazy? You have to do it. So he's looking at me and he's like, I'll give you access to my executive VA. She will help you to write down everything you need in the application form. You fill in the application form and you get all the money of the award. So I'm like, I'm speechless. And I don't know where this came from, but I said, listen, what we're going to do, I'm going to get half the money and the rest of the money we're going to invest in your company, and I'm going to come and work and fix your human resources and your training. And he says, deal. My beautiful friends, approximately 2 months later, we are in a beautiful 5-star hotel with all the entrepreneurs of Greece. And the moment I'm really beautifully dressed with a gown, and the moment I heard that we got the award was the moment that I said that, you know what, coaching, I'm going to take coaching everywhere. I'm going to train coaches. I'm going to be one of the best coaches that exist because this works. Now, of course, coaching has really supported me and supported me to manifest and bring into my life many, many things like my daughter, like having a healthy and beautiful business, like working with incredible people, like having fun. Of course, there's something much more than money that coaching has supported me to get. But this strength, this incredible tool of coaching, I said, I'm done. This is my life mission. So this is my story, and I would love to know in the chat, guys, what are you getting from my story? What are you getting with you? What is it, the thing that really, you're getting from my story? I'm so happy for this, Tigran. Inspiration. Beautiful. Tap in the chat. What are you getting from my story? Example and empowerment. Beautiful. Thank you, Mia. It's amazing. Well done. You did it. Thank you, Panayota. But what are you getting from the story? Thank you. Coaching and intention works. Beautiful. I love it. So it's very important, you know, to really believe, but also do. Yes, Maria. Exactly. Yeah. Inspiration. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, it's been a very interesting journey, that. And through working with the one of the best coaches in the world, and Dan Sullivan, I have extracted my mission. So my mission is to lead high-end targets through creative flexibility in order to empower people, take action, feel secure, and get the greatest value from their future. Now, at Global Academy of Coaching, we train 1 million high achievers to become top coaches and leaders. This is what we do. And I'm really proud of that. And I'm so honored that today we're going to speak about something that really bothers a lot of us. And this is the leap that I took 17 years ago. And now it's incredible that after so many years, it all makes sense. And I realized the mind shift that I did. So when I was writing the presentation, I'm like, oh my God, this is so clear now to me. And I'm so happy that I'm going to share with you some of this insights that I have. Now, they say that entrepreneurs value, and I would like you to write this down, entrepreneurs value freedom, employees value security. Okay? Employees value security and entrepreneurs value freedom. Now, if you want to take this leap from being an employee to being a freelancer or a business owner in the next level, it's very important that you realize that you really need to work on shifting your value of security and start valuing more freedom. We say in coaching that our coachees come to us when they are at the enough point. Write this down. Coaching starts with someone when they are at the enough point. What is the enough point? The enough point is when you say, I can't take this anymore. Have you ever been in an enough point in anything, in your relationships, about a situation? Tap yes in the chat if you have been in an enough point. I'm done. I had enough. Yeah, so that I know that you have been there. Okay, great. I'm done. Yeah. So why choose freedom over security? And I'm gonna give you a little kick in order to help you a little bit on this, because the security that you value does not exist anymore. And I would like you to write this down. The security you value does not exist anymore. Maybe it existed until some time ago. I was 2 weeks ago in London in the National Achievers Congress, where the main keynote speaker was Robert Kiyosaki. With his team, they were on stage laughing at the education system and saying that the education system and universities are now doing a mass production of people who are going to be unemployed. Why? Because this is a new era that we're living in. And it's very important to realize that very quickly, 1/3 of the jobs are going to be obsolete by AI. I don't say that. These are the numbers that are out there. There are a lot of there are a lot of sources that say that. Some say the 2/3. Some of them say the 2/3. But I'm going with the most the one that it seems safer. 1/3 of jobs are going to be obsolete because of AI. It's very important that we realize that the world is not as it used to be. Okay, it's not. It's not. We have to understand this. And what we thought was secure, being in a company, does not exist anymore, because every moment we can be fired. If you're working for a company, every moment you can be fired. And you see this very often in many, many big companies that they do this. So how can you feel secure in today's chaos? How can you feel secure in today's chaos? For me, and this is what we're teaching in Global Academy of Coaching, to realize, and I want to encourage you to write this down, realize that the number one asset in your life is you. You are the most precious asset in your life. Not only you, but your knowledge, your skills, and the abilities, which, by the way, are the only way that you feel free. And the more you invest in this knowledge, skills, and abilities, and once you take action, which Caitlin is going to share with you the ways that you can do it afterwards, then you're going to start feeling secure no matter what. Why? Because you know that you can make it no matter what. And this is something beautiful that most of our students in Global Academy of Coaching say that they get, that they know that they're gonna make it no matter what's going on. Tap yes in the chat if you would like to feel that you would make it in life no matter what's going on. Tap yes. I really want to know if this is something that would change your life. Yeah. Yes. Now, again, and I think Maria said it earlier, knowledge is an asset if you use it. Write this down with capital letters, because what we have been taught in school is that it's cool to have knowledge without using it. This is what we have learning in university. Okay, we don't practically, very, very rarely, we practically apply what we're learning in university and in studies in real life. Actually, I have 4 different degrees, and only the coaching certification that I got is the one that I keep applying every day in my life, which is incredible if you think about it. So you really need to use your assets. Write this down. I now commit to using all my assets. Here's a story of Christina. I love Christina. This is a before and after picture. And Christina says that she paid off her tuition in her 6 months of studies. How did she do that? She started doing coaching from the 3rd month, I think. And she says she had already other coaching certifications, but she was not confident that she could coach. And this is incredible, because in Global Academy of Coaching, one of the first things we're working on with our students is to really support them to not only feel, but be incredible coaches. And she says, in Global Academy of Coaching, within 6 months, I paid off my tuition fees with 20 clients, 20 women that she's coaching. And this is just incredible. I love Christina. Now, I'm going to share with you some information, but you can see the link about the plan. This is the way that I'm going to encourage you to go forward after this masterclass, so that you take action, as we said, that you don't leave it. You really do take action, as we said. Now, secret number 2 is to be clear on where you are now. And we call this the inventory. This is week number 1 in the plan. So if you don't know where you are now, you cannot go anywhere. It's just like a GPS. The GPS, in order to take you anywhere, needs to find current location. Okay? And Confucius says knowledge without practice is useless. Practice without knowledge is dangerous. So now I'm going to ask you, and I really want to know, what are you currently doing? So are you working for someone else? What is it that you give? What do you give? And what do you get from your job? Okay. Now I would like you to write down, I'll give you a minute. What are you doing? What are you giving? And most importantly, what do you get? We really need to take inventory and make sure that we know where we are. So I'm going to give you some time. I'm not going to talk. And whoever finishes, please write in the chat. I'm especially interested in what are you giving and what are you getting? Beautiful. Please write in the chat, not privately to me. Great, great. Yalaba, what are you giving though, and what are you getting in your MBA in finance? Beautiful. I do some volunteer work as an HR consultant. I give knowledge to younger professionals to get more content and enjoyment. Excellent. Great. Now I think this is crystal clear. Beautiful. Paying fee and getting knowledge. Okay. Apart from knowledge, you're also getting credibility, because a certification or an MBA really does give us credibility, especially if you want to become an employee. Beautiful. So share in the chat, what are you giving and what are you getting? I'm working 8 hours, 5 days, giving services and get money. Excellent. It's so important to be very clear on that. Okay. Right in the chat. It's really important that you really take it out and share it with the universe and have the accountability of being certain of where you are now. But now we're going to go to the next step, which is all about coaching. Okay. And where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? What is your ideal situation? What work do you want to be doing? And how much are you making per month? Now we're going to do a little bit, we're going to silence a little bit. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and just go inside, because I really want you to get in touch with your intuition and just take some deep breaths. Close your eyes. And if it's appropriate, face your palms towards the sky. And I would like you to imagine in 1 year from now that you have achieved your shift. you have achieved your shift. You went from valuing security to valuing freedom. And I want you to feel deep inside of you this freedom. And I want to invite you to see, what are you doing? What is your ideal situation? What work do you do? How much do you work? And how much money do you make? And I want you to leave judgment aside and really understand that you can achieve anything you desire. And now bring some white light from the top of the head and slowly, slowly open your eyes and write down, what did you see? Just take some minutes and write down, what exactly did you see? And I would love if you share in the chat, what is the feeling that you have now? Let me know in the chat, what is the feeling that you have? Excellent. Bravo. This is beautiful. Wow. Freedom, peace. I'm a very happy person. The feeling is happiness. Wow. Saw myself working and traveling around the world as a freelance consultant, training coach, and making 30K per month. I felt it's going to happen within one next year. Freedom, inner peace, economic freedom, freedom and peace of mind. Oh, this is incredible. I'm so proud of you. You couldn't believe it. It's the same with Tigran. Great, great. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, it's okay, Tigran. Everybody says it this way. It's a coach. No worries. So I told you that as an action point, I will invite you to proceed with a plan. And this is the story of Kirkira. She's a Global Academy of Coaching graduate. And she says that within 30 days of using the 10X plan, she saved herself from a costly 2-year legal battle and manifested an influx of cash. She now feels strong, calm, and empowered. So I'm very proud of all our students who are actually, taking the step and making the actions in order to take their lives to the next level. Now, the only way to achieve change is to change what you are already doing. Okay, the only way to achieve change, write this down, is to change what you already are doing. which is takes me to secret number 3. What brought you here will not take you there. Ta-da! So when I first heard that from my mentor, I was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? And I know it sounds terrifying because we're used to doing things with a certain way. But I'm here, I'm telling you, I've got your back. Why? Because I've been through it, okay? Now, I want to ask you, what is the one decision you need to take in order to create the change you desire? I just want one, and it can be a baby step. It doesn't have to be to resign, okay? But I want this one decision you need to take in order to create the change you desire. Write this down and please share in the chat. Bravo. I love it, Tigran. Change what I'm doing now. Excellent. This is something very specific. Change what I'm doing now. I love it. Oh, Emilia, change beliefs. Excellent. Excellent. Change certain beliefs of mine. I love this. What is the one thing, the one decision you need to take in order to create the change you desire? Write in the chat. Have more faith. Oh, this is so beautiful. Bravo. Bravo. Let me know in the chat because this is the most important thing. Sotiria, Maria, what's the one? Ellen, Vivi, Mariam, Ioana, Vicky. What is the one thing? Do something. Oh, excellent. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something that seems uncomfortable. Yes. Yeah, Vicky, Yalava, share in the chat. It's so important. New habit. Excellent. Guys, the change comes from baby steps. Whatever you describe, if it's a small one or a big one, it's an action. And this is why we're here. Do the next step. Oh, Sotiri, I love it. Excellent. Excellent. Now, everybody, you're talking about an action to take a step, but first we need to release fear. Okay, first we need to release fear. And if we would learn how to release fear, which we definitely do that, and in the plan that I'm going to offer to you, you would allow yourself to dream as big as you desire, be clear on what you want your future to be, have faith no matter what, work towards your dreams, and make your dreams a reality. Would you like these? Tap yes. Would you like to be, to be able to do all these that I just shared? Tap yes in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. And be a role model for your family. You can achieve this without fear. Lead by example, inspire others, become the best version of themselves in your community, in work, be a leader and thrive. Yes, so this is what we do. This is what we do, okay? And we can achieve this, all these beautiful things. We're talking about a mission, a vision, making a world a better place. Now, the first step that I want to invite you to take is to enroll in the plan. The plan is the program where I have incorporated 17 years of knowledge of studying with the best professors, the best coaches in the world. All the knowledge, I put it in 4 weeks and give it to you at the most affordable price that I could ever give it. Okay? The first week is devoted on being clear where we are. So we take inventory. The second week, we're very clear on what we desire. So be very clear on what we want from life. The third week is be clear on how we can achieve it. And then we have a plan to make it happen. How do we do this? This is the whole system that I have developed after coaching over 5,000 hours, people from all over the world. Now, the first thing is to rewire our brain, okay? To let go, as Amelia said, the limiting beliefs that hold us back. You will find videos and exercises on how to release the past without dwelling into it, without getting into the rabbit hole. Okay, the only way to move forward is to release the past. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck there. This is included in the plan. Then I have all the tools that I've ever worked with on myself and with my students in order to have financial abundance, in order to have money. And I know this word triggers many of us. And after the plan, you will feel cool about money and you will start making money. Why? Because your energy is completely going to shift. And then on week 4, we have our life's vision planning. What we did before for 2 minutes, I have a whole visualization of 10 minutes where you really create the plan of your life. After you have seen videos, done exercises, then things start becoming very clear. Now, the time investment is around 4 hours per week. Okay, 4 hours per week, Tigran. And thank you for this question because it's very important. These are all the beautiful things that I just described to you. Do you want to have a written plan with next steps towards creating your desired life? Tap yes in the chat if you want to have a written plan, and be like, oh my God, yes, this is where I'm going. This is my vision. This is what I want. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, so this is what we're going to achieve together. Now, I'm going to give you tons of videos, exercises, and resources that I'm going to go through in a while that are worth 2,000 euros. And today you're going to get everything for only 99 euros. What is that? It's the plan. It's worth of 1,800 euros. Once you book today, you get one free coaching session worth of 100 euros. And once you book today, you get as bonus the #1 bestsellers, ebooks, Create Love and How to Create Your Life, worth of 36 euros total. And with these excellent and incredible bonuses, you only pay together for all of these only 99 euros. So I'm telling you that you're actually buying all my knowledge of the past 17 years for 99 euros. And the whole program is worth over 2,000 euros. So get the plan. The offer is valid only for today, only for you, that you are here, because I really want to support you to take this action. Okay, you can pay with a credit card and immediately you're gonna get all these incredible bonuses. Great, Maria. You have already taken the plan. I strongly suggest it to everyone. I know, sweetie, you have worked on it, and I can really feel it in your energy that you have done some shifts. So thank you for sharing this. Thank you. Now, I want you to think what would happen once you have a very clear plan of your life working with some of the best coaches in the world. What would happen? Just type in the chat. What would happen once you have a very clear plan of your life working with some of the best coaches in the world? What could happen? Yeah. Change, reach the top. That would make me go crazy. Tigran, you have great humor. Yes, yes. So if you want change, if you want to reach the top, if you want to go crazy in a positive way, then I invite you now to take action and buy the plan in this incredible price. Now, without further ado, I want to invite Caitlin. Caitlin, don't worry. She has a small challenge with her voice, and let's see how this is gonna go. Caitlin, do you want me to? Oh, I think that you're presenting yourself. So Caitlin is one of the top sales people in the world. She has worked with some of the titans in this industry, and I'm really grateful that we have her here together with us. Caitlin, are you around? Can you open the camera?
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
I don't know if you'll be able to see me and hear me at the same time. So I just got in from Cairo and I am sitting in the car rental airport and I have laryngitis. So we are going to see how we can do this. It's going to be a great example how you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
Great, great.
All right. So, Jill, do you want to kind of explain a little bit about me and then I can kind of fill in any gaps?
I did a small introduction.
Okay. Then if you just hit enter. So yes, I have worked with some of the biggest names in the coaching industry, studied at Oxford University. I've gotten to speak at Harvard University. I actually just did a sales training in Turkey, of all places. So do get to travel and see the world in a lot of different ways. So if we go to the next slide, Bill, do you mind continuing to do the slides, or maybe Ava? So the next slide, I know that you guys have already been speaking about if you guys want to be building your own business, have a bigger impact on the world. What I find that most big-hearted people struggle with is sales. So they want to do sales. I mean, they want to but don't know how to do the sales process. And so the next one down, this was my story. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be my own boss. And I tried so many things that all failed miserably because I had no idea how to sell. I zeroed out our savings. I maxed out our credit cards, did everything I could to figure out how to make money. So if we go to the next slide, what I realized is when I was just getting started, it was about how do I make money, just enough money that I don't have to clean my own house. I had very selfish reasons. And then after that, it was like, well, okay, now how do I make enough money that I can send my kids to private school? And then how much money do I have to make in order for my husband to come home from his sucky corporate job? And then we decided, well, the next thing we want to do is we want to travel the world. So next slide, we got to do that for the last 2.5 years. We have been traveling the world. As of yesterday, we have officially been to all 7 continents, including Antarctica, with our 3 kids, and it has been an amazing experience. But what I've realized is that usually when we have one dream and we fulfill that dream, there's another dream that's born. And for me, the dream that came as I was traveling the world was how do I change the world? And for me personally, it was how do I end emotional suffering for a billion people? And for me, what I realized is it's easier for me to help a million game changers, people like you, the entrepreneurs, the coaches, the consultants, to each reach 1,000 people each, for me to hit my billion people. So in order for you to do that, in order for you to change 1,000 lives, you need to master what I call high impact sales. Now, high impact sales is sales done from a point of love and service. As you can through these notes, before my strategy session, I was confused, but as a result of our conversation, I believe everything can change and I can do what I want. You helped so much, just 30 minutes. You gave me a new point of view for myself and my business. I have a clearer vision of my business thanks to the questions you asked. These are actual love notes that my team has gotten from their sales conversations. So their sales conversations is where they're doing the transformation. A lot of people want to become coaches so they can change people's lives through coaching, but you don't get to earn the right to coach them until you've closed the deal. They have to say yes. And it's when they make that decision that their destiny changes. Let's skip the next slide because I wanted to hear if people had a good writing experience, but let's go to the next one. I find that the biggest reason that people get stuck when they're trying to make a difference in the world is that they say, I want my clients to like me, which is not the same as being committed to your client's success. So I want you guys to let go of the people pleasing and move into the commitment to their success. So if you go to the next one, you can tell that you're in client pleasing mode because we tend to undercharge, we overpromise, we disappear among the competition, we fail to set boundaries, we overhire, we make bad investing decisions. And here, let me see the next one. If we're avoiding the selling process, we pay ourselves less, we dilute our messaging, we're avoiding hard conversations, we work too hard, we neglect our self-care, and we end up burning out. Let's skip this one and go to the next one, the limiting belief. So the first limiting belief, there are 3 limiting beliefs that I find we have a struggle with. Hold on one second. So I want my business to feel easy is usually when people are thinking about entrepreneurship from that perspective of, I want freedom, I want more pleasure in my life, which is absolutely what we want. But for the new belief that I want you to reprogram is I want you to love your clients enough that you are willing to get uncomfortable for them. So when you are getting into a sales conversation, are you willing to get uncomfortable for the sake of your clients? So the next one, a lot of people think that they want their business to feel easy. And I'm going to tell you that doing sales with love and service is not easy, but it will be worth it. This is when you're going to change people's lives and hearts because you are helping them and doing the hard work. So Jill had mentioned that money tends to be a trigger for a lot of highly spiritual people. And a lot of people will think that they have to choose between being financially rich or spiritually rich, but I believe that we can be both. I believe that we have moved into a new era where you guys can truly be financially wealthy as well as spiritually rich. And that's the lesson that I want us to teach the world, is that the work that we're doing to change people's lives and hearts is the most important and valuable work in the world. Yep, and that's picture. That's how I want you to feel about your sales process. Okay, limiting belief number 2. I don't want to come across as pushy or salesy. So instead, the new belief that I want you to take is to go to, I want you to love your clients enough that you're willing to make them uncomfortable. Now, this one's going to be a little harder for you, but excuse me. I want you to push them out of their comfort zone because, next slide, comfort is not always good and pain is not always bad. So if you've ever gone to a chiropractor, you've probably noticed that your chiropractor has to make your back hurt more briefly so that he can bring you back into alignment. Or when my mom had hip surgery, her surgeon made her get out of bed and walk even though it was painful. So next slide, if you're convinced that you can save someone's life like a doctor, you have a moral obligation to prescribe a hard diagnosis. So I want you to write this one down. The ego will always prioritize surviving over thriving. What this means is that for you, you will try to avoid doing the hard things, but also your clients are going to avoid doing the hard things. Their ego, just like your ego, is trying to keep you safe, trying to keep them safe. And it's our job to help them get past the ego and into the realm of fear and into faith so that they can take actions, courageous actions in the direction of their dreams. Okay, so limiting belief number 3. I hate selling. Sales is hard. So selling can be easy when you can understand and articulate the value that you create. So if you go to the next slide, feel free to write that one down. And the next picture is a picture of a $100 bill. How many of you would happily give me a $10 bill in exchange for a $100 bill, or a 10 euro for 100 euros? The answer is obviously yes, right? It would be so easy if you knew that you were giving $1 and getting 10 back. And that's really what we want to do. We want to be able to articulate that the work that you are doing to help people change their lives, to choose financial health, to choose physical health, to choose mental health, emotional well-being, that this is more important than a dollar bill, than a 1 or a 0 in their bank account, right? So when you're able to articulate money, next slide, you get to charge more money, you get to close deals more easily, you get to stand out in the marketplace, you get to be more selective about who you work with, and you stop throwing money into the black hole of spray and pray marketing. And all of that allows us to have a bigger impact. So next slide. So if you are able to charge higher rates, you get clients who are more committed to doing the work. When they're more committed to doing the work, they end up getting better results. When they get better results, you get better referrals, which means that you get to charge more money. So it becomes this virtual cycle that lifts you and your clients ever higher. So I think that's the last slide I had, but what I wanted to share is that for those of you who joined today, I am actually bonusing in my sales clarity called the core offers. So Jill is going to be sharing it when you buy her $99 plan. It's getting clear on who you are and what you want in the world. When you join today, you also get who your best clients are and what they want in the world, so that you can start brainstorming, how do you want to show up in your personal brand, in your business, in your career, and allowing them to really allowing you to serve the people that you want to serve in the biggest way. So we include 4 hours of training on the core offer. And then we're also bonusing in the 100K offer. So for those of you in the B2B sector, having a 100K offer, which can sound kind of crazy, but I have friends who charge much more than that to corporations, and it really just gets you comfortable with charging really big numbers and taking you out of your comfort zone. So go ahead and join. And Jill, I don't know what your deadline is, but I will match whatever your deadline is for joining the program today. That's my gift to you.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. It was really incredible. So thank you for this incredible bonus. Guys, the core is just amazing because you can't see this. Wait. Because I have done it. You know, I know this program. I have done it. It's really, really cool. And the 100K also offer is just incredible. Thank you, Caitlin. Now, you have this incredible time that you can ask us anything you want. Okay, so I would love us first of all to know if you want to commit to the best version of yourself. Please write in the chat. Caitlin, your voice is really sexy and beautiful, and we thank you so much for overcoming this. We really want to thank you, and I personally want to thank you. So, guys, I don't know, Caitlin, if you can reply to any questions. We have some questions that we have. Eva, do you want to share? And also one from you guys that are here. Please write the questions in the chat. And Eva, can you please write in the chat or share or, you know, whatever you want, the questions. And I want to invite you again to join the plan with all the incredible bonuses that Caitlin has offered. And we're going to make sure that once the Caitlin's program is going to start being offered by the new year, you're going to be first in our mailing list so that you guys have the opportunity to work closely with Caitlin and her team. Great, Tigran. I'm so looking forward to working with you. So whoever enrolls today, this is something special that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the coaching session with you. Okay, I'm going to give you a half an hour coaching session worth of 500 euros. So Eva, please keep in mind, whoever joins today, I will do their second coaching session. You're going to do the first one with a coach, a Thrive coach, and I'm going to do the second one because I want you to have already the knowledge of the plan, the 4 weeks, and then I'm going to support you to skyrocket yourself. Yeah. So, Caitlin, how you can come up with a plan and overcome the fear of possible failure. Caitlin, you and I, we have been, you know, we're masters on this. Do you wanna get this one?
I love it. So for me, I think we might take different approaches, but for me, it's always been a worst case scenario. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Well, for most people, the worst that can happen is like they fail. But for me, the worst case is I didn't try, right? So I've always been more afraid of regretting the opportunities that I did not take than I am of falling flat on my face. I have always had this very distinct fear that I'm going to get to the end of my life and have done nothing significant to the level of neuroses, right? Like we're still working on some of those healings, some of those wounds. But for me, it's that deep fear that I'm not going to make my life count. And when I think about that perspective, when I have that like end of life focus of what do I want my life to mean and my legacy to be, it makes all of the fear of losing money now or getting uncomfortable now, look silly now, seem ridiculous. So it really helps put my values and my goals into proper focus and prioritization.
Yeah, I love this. I can completely relate. Now, what I would ask you as a coach, because in coaching we're doing powerful questions, what would happen if you would succeed? Okay, and it's so funny that ego, it says, oh, we're gonna fail, I'm not gonna make it. And it's so funny. What would happen if you succeed? And why do we go at the negative and we don't think of the positive? What would happen if you make it? Now, because the concept today, the topic is how to lead the 9 to 5. Guys, I know that you're here, which means that you are in hell. So the ego is sweetening hell. Because if you're here, it means that you want to go out of the situation. So being in hell, you know, is the worst than actually succeeding. Great. So what inspired you to remain persistent in your efforts to change your career? Okay, Caitlin, do you want to share this?
Yeah, persistence. That one is hard. I will say I tend to be a high quick start and a low follow through. So what actually has been the help for me was burning the ships. I don't know if that's an English idiom, but when Cortez got to the New World, his men were threatening to mutiny and head back to Spain or Portugal. And so he lit the ships on fire and said, sorry, there's no way back. Like we take this continent or we die. And so I think that for most entrepreneurs, there comes this moment of decision where there's no going back. And for me, it was when we decided to bring my husband home from work, and we were both full-time entrepreneurs, and we decided we're making this work or or not. Well, if we're gonna.
Oh, okay. Kathleen, we can hear you.
So sorry, I got kicked out there for a second, but that idea of you just have to make the decision and then put your money where your mouth is. So for me, the easiest way is to be financially responsible to my family. Like I have to make money, and so that kicks me in the butt to keep persevering. But the other one is I find that's frequently easiest for me to find a partner. So either I work with my husband, obviously, but hiring a virtual assistant and having somebody that I'm financially responsible for, their paycheck also helps keeping me motivated. So there's a few like little tactics like that that have been helpful for me to just persevere even when I get distracted or discouraged.
Yeah, I love it. The way that I keep going is I get so many wins, yes, from my students, and now Vicky comes in. It's incredible. Vicky is a Global Academy of Coaching. She studies in Global Academy of Coaching. So I get so many wins from you guys, from Global Academy of Coaching students, from my one-on-one students, from social media. I get so pumped up listening to all these changes, incredible changes that you guys are creating in your lives, that I feel obliged just to do my best and keep going no matter what, no matter how I feel, no matter what is going on. On Monday, a very, very good friend of mine passed away. And I was invited to speak in International Coaching Federation, the Greek chapter, because they had the Coachathon. It's an event they do once per year. And the first thing, I was crying. I was devastated. Okay. So the first thing that came into my mind was like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. I can't, it was too much for me. And then I gave to myself permission. I said, okay, you're not going. And then I thought, first of all, I saw how many of our students were there. Emilia was there Emilia is our Global Academy of Coaching professor in the Greek certification. And she just posted a picture, sending it to me. We're waiting for you. She didn't know what happened. And I'm like, I've got to go. I've got to go for my students. And the second one, I've got to go because I had something very important to share with the community of coaches in Greece. And it was incredible because I went, I had a lot of fun, literally. So I could really block, be very, very responsible for my feelings before. I was crying 5 minutes before I got in there. I was crying immediately after I left. But I had this opportunity of working with myself and be able to be present and be very focused and know why I was there. So this is what coaching does. And the first step is towards, the first step is the plan that I'm encouraging you guys to buy. Yeah. Eva, we have any other question? And guys, questions. Ellen, we're super happy for you as well. We're super happy for you as well. Yeah. So I think, do you guys have any questions? You have Caitlin here, you have myself. Let me know. So Soteria, what are your next steps? Soteria is a graduate. She has graduated a long time ago. So Soteria, let me know in the chat. What are your next steps? Because I have lost touch with you. How do I create? You want to, okay, Soteria, go ahead and share it. Unmute, yeah? No. How do I create a steady flow of clients? Ha 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 ha. This is a very nice one. Caitlin, this is yours.
So my next steps, can you hear me?
Ah.
I actually today with my coach, I worked on my next step on coaching. I committed to plan everyday time for starting doing coaching sessions with clients.
Bravo, Sophia. I'm proud of you. Are the baby? Okay.
Yeah. So how do you create a step stream alliance? That is the goal. So there's a lot of different tactics, and it really will depend on your strategy. So strategy is, who do you serve? What do they want? Why do they want it? So understanding where that intersection is between your deep joy and the world's deep need. So a lot of coaches just say, well, I want to do this thing and I love this thing and I'm just going to do this thing. But you really need to dial it in with the marketplace and figure out, what does the market want to pay for? Because the coaching industry is growing. It's more popular than it's ever been, but it's also getting increasingly saturated. So you really need to distinguish yourself. So it starts with that clarity piece. That's why we're starting with the core offer. Is once you're clear on who you serve and what they get, like your pain, the problem, and then the solution, then building a business around it. Then once you know who clients are, then you go to where they are. So if your clients are executives, you are probably not going to spend a lot of time on Pinterest. If your clients are health professionals, you may want to be doing LinkedIn instead of Facebook. So it's of building your network, starting stations with the right people, establishing referral partnerships with hubs of influence for.
Oh, we lost you, Caitlin.
Sorry,
Okay.
got kicked out again. All of our really standard strategies that we can implement, but we have to start with the underlying foundations of knowing who you serve and what they want and what they're paying for before we can craft that.
Yeah, to be very clear on what your niche is. So yeah, I really agree with this. And this is in Global Academy of Coaching in your certification. You study your niche. So from the 8 months of your studies, you study your niche, and you become very clear who your clients are, why you want to serve them, and what you're giving them. So guys, it's all about knowing the segment of your clients, who they are, the avatar, as we call it. And then you start marketing and you start talking to them again and again and again. But the first thing that all our students in Global Academy of Coaching do in order to start making money is that they offer coaching sessions to their friends. And this is how they start, actually, by offering coaching sessions to their friends, and then they start getting paid from that. So it's so important that you put yourself out there and you start saying to everyone what you do. Now, if you're a coach, you say, I'm a coach, or whatever you do, put yourself out there and start sharing the wisdom and this uniqueness that only you can give to your clients. Caitlin says, remember the 100 bill example. You really need to clearly articulate the value you create in people's lives and the result that you provide. Okay, great. Yeah, gifting sessions is a great way to turn your friends and family into your referral partners. Excellent. Now, do you guys have any questions? Shoot it. Now is the time. Let us know of any question. Yes, Tigran, great. I've been a corporate trainer for over 10 years now. Will this experience help in becoming a coach? Beautiful. Any experience helps you in becoming a coach because it shapes who you are, okay? Being a corporate trainer will definitely help you into presenting and getting your voice out there, which means that you have really exposed yourself. So you're not gonna, find this difficult. This is one of the challenges that many of our students have. They find it difficult to expose themselves, but most probably you have been accustomed to that, so it definitely will help you. Now, Tigran, if you feel inside you that you want to become a coach, it is vital that you start exploring this, opportunity and see why inside of you feel that. Definitely what you have been doing until now is something that will lead you to the next step. Okay, so that's for sure. Beautiful. Any other questions? Guys, I would like, if you can, and you are decent, you're welcome to open your camera so that we take a beautiful picture. If you're dressed, that means, okay. So open your camera so we take a beautiful picture. Vicky, Sotiria. Yeah, hi, sweetie. Open your camera. Beautiful, Maraki. Tigran, hi. Great. Let's take a beautiful camera, a beautiful picture. Great. Now, I really enjoyed this masterclass. I would like you to write in the chat what you are getting with you. Okay, what are you getting with you from this masterclass? Write in the chat, because it's so important that we're crystal clear on what actually has made an impact for us whenever we do something. Okay. A question. How do you deal? Tigran says the plan. Tigran, you're hilarious. Maria says, how do you deal with potential clients who are not willing to pay a high price of services? Maria, what I strongly suggest is that you do Caitlin's program. When are we doing it, Caitlin? On March?
Next March, we're
Yeah.
going to be doing the Revenue Accelerator. We will get you better clients who want to pay you more.
Yeah, because this is all about your energy, and what you are attracting. So we really need to work on that, and also to articulate the offer and be crystal clear on what you're offering. And this is what we do in the accelerator. Okay, Maria. So it's a whole process, but first of all, it's a mind shift that you have to work on yourself. But Maria, the plan is the best first step that you already have purchased. Have you done week 3? Because week 3 will definitely help you on that. Guys, what are you getting from today's workshop? Value, freedom over security. I know that's a huge one, isn't it? I have the plan, but I haven't done it still. I take the willingness, my dreams, and I'm going over. Okay, Vicky, beautiful. Vicky, when are you gonna start the plan? Yeah, she wants to start today. Excellent. Great. Guys, what are you getting with you from this workshop? Write in the chat. I really want to acknowledge you for being here. It's been a beautiful masterclass. Caitlin, thank you so much. We really appreciate that you made it. I know it's been really tough. Have a very, very safe trip. Okay. Have a safe trip. And for all of you, I really want to... I really want to congratulate you for being here. Cool emotions, inspiration. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You're incredible. And the next masterclass is, oh my, we're going to plan 2024. So I want you all in, okay? It's going to be an amazing masterclass. It's going to be so much fun on the 20th of December. So I want you all in. I want to invite you from today. Mark your calendars. Have a great one. Let's do this.